take it all the way for Week 8 of NFL Primetime. Would it be the same old story for the Jets, or would they send the fish home with a headache? The Rams collide with the Rams in St. Louis. But with Steve Young on the sidelines, Ken Norton takes matters into his own hands. The Chiefs go for 7-1 at Mile High. Do the Jags have reason to celebrate again? Would you believe 2 weeks in a row? The Bucs trying to stay atop the NFC North. Would the Colts need another comeback in Oakland? The Skins tackle Barry and the Lions. The Saints kick up their heels going for 2 straight. We're swinging away on ESPN's NFL Primetime. Next. Hello once again, everybody. I'm Chris Berman, and welcome to wacky, and I do mean wacky, Week 8 of NFL Primetime. We've got lots to show you. You'll be astonished at some of the results, as we are. So astonished we can't get the words out. Tom Jackson, the judge. Bill Pidto is with us. Got lots to show. The Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Well, all focus on this game was on the Tampa Bay Bucs, after all. They're never in first place at this time of year, but that's exactly where they are, first place in the North. A lot of people miss the fact that Atlanta this year, a contender. Here we go at the big sombrero. We're in the 3rd straight home game. The fans are fired up. Now, were they thinking about a shovel pass? Well, just quickly shovel it out of their minds. Remember a couple years ago in the Super Bowl, Buffalo? Shovel pass, Thurman Thomas, fumble, Dallas recovers, gets them on a big second half, and they roll. Remember last week, Bubby Brister, shovel pass, oops, Sam Mills, Panther interception, Panthers win. So you would think that Atlanta would keep it in mind, but no. They're going to do it their own way. They're run and shoot. What are they doing the shovel pass? Jeff George, oh, it's Warren Sapp. He saps him. It's 7-0 Tampa Bay.
Yeah, you watch the spot shadow of Warren Sapp at the tackle position. He'll come outside. Eric Curry, the end, comes inside, gets the pressure on George, who flips the ball, and Sapp a nice pair of hands for a defensive tackle.
So Sapp gives the Bucs the lead. But Jeff George says, here, this is what we do in the run and shoot. We throw it. And look at Eric Metcalf. Look at him go. He could go all the way. 62 yards. Just like that, the Falcons have tied it at 7. Under 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. Good rush by Wardell Rouse. But George, nimble, fires on the run. Bert Emanuel makes the sliding catch. 14-7 Falcons. We're tied at 14 all at the half, Tom.
Yeah, and here you see the one-on-one coverage by Martin Mayhew right there, steps in front of Bert Emanuel. Very questionable call by the official.
Well, Sam was mad. Mayhew was real mad, but 3 plays later, George takes advantage of the call. Nice sling to Emanuel, 30 yards back of the end zone. Bert Emanuel, 9 catches, pair of touchdowns, Buck 21, and the Falcons lead at 21-14. 3 touchdown passes for Jeff George. 6:25 left in the third quarter. Look at Warren Sapp. He's already been in the end zone. Let's line him up in the Angus formation. Sapp throws a block. Eric is into the red zone, touchdown, and we're tied at 21. 13 minutes to go in the game. The hero last week, Michael Who's no hablo on this kick. Wide right. Still tied at 21 with 7 minutes to go. Oh, he's done this before. Morton Anderson, 30 yards out. The Falcons lead 24-21. Just over 2 minutes to go. Last shot for the Bucs. Trent Dilfer played well last week, but this time it's Terry Taylor, number 24, making the play. Instead knows he missed a chance, and the Buccaneers, they've been favored 5 times this year. They're favored in this game. Maybe that's why they couldn't win it. Atlanta, give them the nod. They beat the Bucs 24-21. The 5-2 record by the Falcons, their best start since '86. The Bucs' 4-game winning streak is snapped, but at the halfway mark, it's still their best record, 5-3, since 1979. So both teams, Tommy, have a lot to be proud of what they put up the first half of the year, or at least for Tampa, exactly half. But the focus was on Tampa here. Atlanta made a little statement, didn't they?
Yeah, and Atlanta showed the ability to run the football. We think about that run and shoot. We always think about them passing the ball. Jamal Anderson and Ironhead Hayward today, 24 carries for 125 yards. That took a lot of pressure off Jeff George, allowed him to be the great thrower that he is. I think people need to remember the Atlanta Falcons last year led in the fourth quarter in 12 of 16 games. They lost 4 times on the last play of the game, so they only had to make a couple more plays to become a good team. At 5-2, they're a good team.
Yeah, they're coming around, and pending the result of the Niners-Rams game, they might have a share of first place. We shall see. We got plenty to show you here on NFL Primetime. When we return, somebody is going to be on a roll, either the Panthers or the Saints. That's right, we'll explain. And the Bears, could they twist and turn their way over the Oilers? Stay with us.
All right, gentlemen. Tomorrow, your butts are mine. Lights out. Man, I'm hungry.
Russell Athletic Wear is made to handle the toughest situations on and off the field.
Hot dog. French fries. Hamburger. Tacos. Tacos grande. Pizza. Coach, going somewhere, ladies. Hard work. Dedication. Commitment.
Get Russell Athletic. Get tough.
Get up there, Lord, bud. Go, go. Heading to Memphis. Route 64. Drove all night, but real sore. Call your old lady and give her the news. You just got the mother of all tattoos. Call 1-800-COLLECT from any phone. My brother, I can't believe. Spent all your dough on weekend leave. Gotta call home, but you ain't got no cash. You gonna eat that corned beef hash? Call 1-800-COLLECT. Save them some bucks.
The human face, a landscape, difficult terrain where certain hairs grow taller, longer. Introducing a revolutionary three-stage shaving system. Braun Flex Integral. The first foil removes short hairs. An integrated cutter shaves longer hairs. Then the second foil completes the job. New Flex Integral for Braun's closest shave yet. Braun, the world's most recognized shave.
Canon. Now you can. Print this. Print that. Make a set. Make 1,000. Print them in color. Fax this now. Fax this later. File this. Scan that. As your document processing needs grow more complex, the answer is simple. Canon has the systems that are the solution. Canon. Now you can.
Well, the last two teams in the NFL to win games this year was last week. The Saints and Panthers each 0-5 to each won last week. And since, easily enough, they were playing this week, whoever won this battle at Death Valley would actually have a 2-game winning streak. So plenty of motivation for Jim Mora, get the Saints jump-started, and a man that used to coach under him at the Saints and in the USFL with the Stars, Dom Capers, now head coach of the Panthers. And some young players excelling for the Panthers, Tom.
Yeah, you take a look at the top of the screen. Tyrone Poole could hardly contain himself trying to get to that blitz. The tight end release, he gets his first sack of his career.
All right, it's a 3-3 pitcher's duel between Maddox and Hershiser in the third quarter. Collins intended for Mark Carrier. Richard Harvey levels Carrier, so nothing going on offense. Then Collins, the Don beep, 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 but he overthrows it. Didn't extend for the ball. And meanwhile, Jim Everett victimized by some former Saints. Wesley Walls, the pass intended for, but it picked off by Brett Maxey. Everett throwing off the back foot. Next possession, Everett's pass is tipped by the ex-Saint Sam Mills. Watch the play by Sam. Once doinked them with the elbow, it allows Maxey to pick off one of his two today. Nice play by the ex-Saints. That would set up the Carolina offense, where Howard Griffith from 2 yards gives Carolina a 10-3 lead. Saints' next possession. Now watch this. Everett, he's played well, sometimes off that back foot. It's picked off by Bubba McDowell.
Yeah, and the constant on all three of those INTs, him not stepping into the throw, ball doesn't have the steam on it that it needs to.
Returned out of the 20, sets up the offense, which wasn't doing much on this day, but when you get field position like that, Collins, play action, Griffith, his second touchdown, 17-3, Carolina in my mind. Collins, only 8 of 21, but hey, no picks. Meanwhile, Everett looking for Wesley Walls, but watch Sam Mills makes the pick, or does Walls get it? They confer. What is it? Eventually, the Panthers are excited because they call an interception. Good call, Tom?
Yeah, as we take a look at the replay, you see Sam Mills has the ball. He bobbles it a little bit, but he gets control just before he sits on the field. Walls gets it after. It's a good call by the official. It's an INT.
So while Collins had no picks, Everett threw 4 on this day. Boy, Mills and Maxey just clobbered him. Then when he completes one to Derek Ned, it's a fumble. The hit by Sean Price. Timmy McCarr picks it up. Whoop, 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 whoop. And he pitches it back to Rod Smith. Whoa, I tell you what. No, that's it. It's enough. We've got the game. Hey, congratulations to the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers and the Jaguars, halfway through the first season, have each posted 2-game winning streaks. Way to go, guys. 20-3 Panthers, Tom.
In this case, offense, defense, special teams, everything. 23, the Panthers were just a better football club.
And they've been around for 8 weeks. Way to go. The Panthers have the mark to 2 and 5. When we return, plenty more to show you. including the Chicago Bears. Defense, would it be shades of the monsters of the Midway? At times it was. And Jets, Jets.
No matter what kind of truck, four-wheel drive van, sport utility, or off-road vehicle you drive, never park it without the Truck Club anti-theft device. The Truck Club. Police recommended to keep your truck safe from thieves. Available at better stores everywhere.
We never see eye to eye.
So what if I don't like to try new things?
I like to be different. I don't see the world in black and white like he does.
I told her to get an anti-theft device for her car. I said get the club.
I told him I wanted something more colorful, so I got this.
She just does not listen.
Look, Charlie, that negligee from the catalog came in.
Oh, Marge, it looks so soft, so silky. Do you think we could use it to wipe the dust off the TV screen? It's time for ESPN's NFL Prime Monday. I need a clean screen to see Mike Tirico talking X's and O's with Joe Theismann and Sterling Sharp. I want to see Sunday's recap and Monday's pregame. I want to see Prime Monday, and I want to see it clearly.
I'm beginning to see things clearly myself, Charlie.
Back at NFL Primetime, Bill Pidto with us now, and boy, it took a year. But Eric Kramer looks at home now at Chicago, doesn't he, Bill?
Yeah, the Bears' offense really clicking. Last year, Kramer started only 5 games. The Bears lost 4 of them. Steve Walsh became the starter, played well, got a new contract. This year, Kramer won the starting job in training camp. He hasn't looked back. Through 6 games this year, Kramer already has a career high with 14 touchdown passes. He's been picked off just twice. Kramer and the Bears at home against Houston. Kramer, the second highest-rated quarterback in the NFL. You say all that, and guess what? First pass of the game looks deep for Jeff Graham, and it's going to be picked off by Darrell Lewis. The first interception for Kramer in 163 attempts. The Bears' record, 173 passes without an interception, set by Harbaugh back in 1990. First quarter, 6-0 Bears. Kramer looking long again. Curtis Conway. Oh, he's got it. His 4th straight catch for a touchdown. 13-0 Chicago, Tommy.
Yeah, let's take a look at the principal defensive backs on this play. Tamura Barnes, Darrell Lewis, and Blaine Bishop. We'll see them spot shadowed in that order. Curtis Conway will run a pattern where he just kind of breezes through the defense. Realize Chuck Cecil is the deep safety behind these 3. No one is supposed to get deeper than him. Right there, he makes the read. He steps up. Conway gets behind. You see him try to make the quick turn. And it's a little bit late as Conway gets to the end zone.
Late first now, more trouble for the Oilers. Incoming Al Fontenot, sacks Chandler, safety. 15-0 Bears. First quarter for Oilers, they only got 17 total yards. The Bears, meanwhile, picked up 229. Late second, Bears at the 3. They're up 28-8. Kramer looks for Graham. Look at the one-handed interception by Darrell Lewis. And he is going, he's gone. He was long gone a long time ago. 98 yards for the touchdown. Huge momentum switch. Oilers down 28-15 at the half. Mid-third now. Oilers look to cut the deficit. Chandler goes long to Malcolm Sebron for 34 yards. Then Chandler, play action fake, goes long again, finds Travis Hanna. Travis Hanna, rolling catch to the 1. Next play, Frank Wycheck. Frank Wycheck. His first career touchdown. Oilers down 28-22. Former Bears checking out the activity. Singletary with his back to the camera. 6 minutes left in the third, 2nd and 6 for the Bears. Rashawn Salam. I got it. You got it. Who's got it? I don't know who's got it. Dishman. Does he have it? Who's got it? Chris Dishman. Finally. Yeah, I got it. Led to an Oiler field goal. Oilers down 3. Early 4th, though. Bears get some insurance. Kramer to Jeff Graham. 9 catches, 137 yards for Graham, 18 yards. Tommy.
Difficult pass to defend in the red zone. Graham with the quick slant inside. Dishman a step behind into the end zone.
Bears up 10. Oilers trying to come back. Chandler hits Haywood Jeffries, 13 yards. Then 3rd and 5. Chandler finds Jeffries. Touchdown, 6-yard score. Oilers down 3 again, 35-32. They have an onside kick. Have to have it. Remember, they're down 3. Have to recover it. Who's got it? Michael Timpson has it, and the Bears go on to win 35-32. Kramer, 24 of 41 for 349 yards. Chandler, 24 of 38 for 296 yards. The Oilers have lost 3 straight by a total of 10 points. The Bears now have won 3 straight by a total of 10 points. Again, Chris, the Chicago offense They've scored at least 24 points now in each of their 7 games.
Well, this is on Dave One stat like. I mean, you figure they're their defensive team, but the offense has been Kramer's been Kramer versus Kramer, et cetera.
And also the receivers, Conway and Grant.
Coming on, growing up as an offensive club, Billy, you're right. Well, there's no doubt that the lynch mob was out this afternoon at the Meadowlands. The Jets, last week, one of the lowest points in their franchise history. Believe me, I don't know. I used to sit in the upper deck at Shea Stadium. They lost at Carolina. In came mighty Miami. Yeah, Marino didn't play, but Miami lost 2 in a row, and you figure they had to have the game. This one was easy to figure, but that's why they play the game. Here we go from the Meadowlands, where Dan Marino had to watch. In the first quarter, he watched the Jets look, well, jet-like. Dexter Carter fumbles, but he recovers. Bobby Brister starting for Boomer Esiason to Charles Wilson, but he drops it. Dolphins then with the ball. Bernie Kosar to Victor Green. Problem is he's on the Jets. Problem that we look jet-like. He dropped it. And the Dolphins get a field goal 3-0. Then Adrian Morrell. Boy, can he motor. This young man, like Johnny Hecht and Bruce Harper before, all the way down to the 1-yard line. But
holding, offense number 80.
Top of the screen and
what happened,
working.
Tom? Well, we take a look here. Wayne Trebek with a silent H. Nice hold there on Troy Vincent, but well in the vision of the referee.
Wayne Alex Trebek has been putting up some nice fouls, though. Kosar sacked by Marvin Washington, but
to the face, number 78 of the defense.
Lou Benfatti called for penalty, so no sack, so field goal by Stoyanovich. He had 3 in the first half. It's 9-0 Miami at the end of the first half. On the opening kickoff in the second half, everything changed. The Jets, who had Miami's numbers through the years. And now look at Dexter Carter, the former Niner, 54 yards. Is there a penalty? There's a flag, but it's against Miami. Everything's changing. The Jets are in business. Bobby Brister to Wayne Alex Trebek. Touchdown, 13 yards. Is it in the form of a question? Yes, it's 9-7 Dolphins. Then Kosar pressured. And look at Mo Lewis back in his outside linebacker spot. Make the interception, sets up a field goal. 10-9, a rare lead for the Jets. Brister to Johnny Mitchell, but it's a fumble. And Gene Atkins recovers for the Dolphins. Miami, now Boyne Kosar pitches to Boyne Parmalee. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, 25 yards down to the 2. That sets up brother of the Cleveland Indians, Wayne Kirby. It's Terry Kirby, 2-yard touchdown. Miami up 16-10 into the third quarter. Jets on a drive in the fourth, though. Brister to Johnny Mitchell. And it's a touchdown. The Jets, a rare touchdown. 17-16 fourth quarter. Then what happened, Tom?
Well, as we watch Bernie Kosar, think about the quick release of Dan Marino, his ability to make the quick read, get rid of the football. Bernie Kosar with the tendency to hold on to the football for that extra split second. It allows the defense not only to get on top of him, but coverage to get to the receivers.
Late fourth quarter, still 17-16 Jets. Gone deep. Hugh Douglas makes the hit on Kosar. Victor Green makes the picks. And it's Jets, Jets. Folks, except for Marino's amazing fake the spike play last year, the Jets would have been 5 for their last 5 in the Meadowlands against the Dolphins. A shocker, as the Dolphins have lost to the Saints and Jets on back-to-back weeks. New York wins it by the count of 17-16. You know, and Tommy, they were ready to hang everybody here, starting with the owner, Leon Hess, the coach, Rich Kotite. But I talked with Richie this week. He said, I got Mo Lewis back at outside linebacker. I got this youngster, Hugh Douglas. I got Morrell, and all those guys he talked about played. Miami's got to be scratching their head here.
Opportunistic defense by the New York Jets, but when you think about the Dolphins, remember that everything is the same except the one great player that they have on offense, Dan Marino, is not in the game. So you've gone from the quickest release in the history of the game to a guy who has the slowest release in the history of the game. And that ability that Marino has to sidestep and get rid of the ball, Bernie Kosar has a very, very difficult time finding space and finding those receivers.
You know, we said that touchdown by the Jets was rare in the fourth quarter? Mm-hmm. This is how rare it was. As we go inside the numbers, the New York Jets had not scored a touchdown in the fourth quarter or overtime this year. As a matter of fact, you had to go back to November 20th last year when their last one was. That was scored by Art Monk. Another one was scored by Rob Moore earlier in November. The last touchdown scored by a member still on the Jets was October 9th last year, Johnny Mitchell. But they get one today, and it's enough to beat the Dolphins 17-16. Amazing. When we return, plenty to show you. A wild one between the Lions and Skins. And a big day by Henry Ellard. And the Jaguars. Break them up.
They say
When a cowboy gets thrown, he has to get right back up. Last year, I took my share of hits. I may have been down. But if you think I'm staying down, get real.
Logo Athletic, authentic team apparel.
Research has shown that if you keep an animal in a small space for an extended period of time, he will become an animal. But put him in a big room with comfortable furniture, full kitchen, and a home-like atmosphere, and he'll become almost human. Something to consider on your next extended business trip. Residence Inn by Marriott. The next best thing to home.
All right, what do you think about a story about how Roger Clemens has lost his best fastball?
He has not lost his best fastball, Jack.
Oh, come on, 89, 90 miles an hour tops.
95, 96, 2 weeks ago, 100 earlier this year in Detroit. He can still bring it.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
All right, wait, we can settle this real easily. Rocket, could you come in here for a second?
What's up, gang?
Jack here says you can't bring it anymore.
Oh, is that right? Can you hold that for me, please?
98. Pretty good. Pretty good. I told you another story.
Got it.
Thanks, Roger.
You got it, guys. Anytime.
The Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns. Well, Cleveland was complaining a little bit because their last two games against Buffalo and Detroit, the other teams were coming off a bye and thumped them pretty well. This time, Cleveland had a chance to return the favor. They were coming off a bye and playing, quote, lowly Jacksonville. This one was easy. But as somebody once said in this very show, that's why they play the game. Here we go. In the dog pound, Mark Brunell. What can he do, Tommy? He can throw okay, but boy, is he mobile. And he just outrages linebackers. He also can slide. Safe. 3rd and 6. Look at Brunell beat Pepper Johnson, who opened up some space.
He is the one guy who is unaccounted for in the defense, so you play everything right, and he still makes the play and gets the first down.
Sometimes he passes it. The former Packer throws it to Cedric Tillman. He beats Caldwell to the corner to buy him time, does Brunell. And then on 3rd and 2, no one open. Makes a quick decision. God, he wears his number. He's a lefty. Steve Younglight. First down. Brunell. Then gets around 51. Gerald Dixon, 6-yard pass to Tillman. What a nice drive by Brunell. 7-0 Jaguars, 15-play drive. Then Vinny Testaverde. You can't blame him. He's been accurate this year until here. Mickey Washington, the former Bill. Let him go. He could go all the way. 48 yards. The dog pound tastes a 13-0 deficit. Vinny takes his first interception in 174 attempts, Tom. Now, Vinny and Rison in trouble today, Tommy.
Well, I think certainly when you look at Rison, you know he's a great receiver. Having trouble getting away from the defense, right there, the cornerback, right on him. Ball thrown a little bit behind Rison. He gets unhappy and tends to get a little bit torn between his emotions of running his route and keep going here. He runs a corner route, ball a little bit beyond his outreached hands.
And so Cleveland had plenty to discuss. They also discussed Brunell looking for Jimmy Smith. Pass interference called on Isaac Phonebooth. Sets up a 1-yard run by the former St. Vaughn Dunbar, who had a big game, ran for 90 yards. Now, Testaverde. Right before the end of the half, Jacksonville makes a mistake. Cleveland capitalizes. Rico Smith touchdown. It's 20-12 Jags. 3rd quarter on 3rd and 9. Brunell to Lachey Maston, stripped by Pepper Johnson, and Cleveland's in business. But again, this time Testaverde can go to Rison, and Bad Moon can't hold on. It's a field goal, 20-15. They're thinking Indians in Cleveland as well they should. With a score 23-15, down by 8. Vinny picks off. Where'd that one go to Mike Dumas? I'll tell you where it went. It went to the 3rd win of the season for the Jacksonville Jaguars, 3 in a row against divisional foes, as the Jaguars beat the Browns 23-15. Brunell ran for 58 yards. That gives him almost 300 on the year, Tommy. And, you know, really, the way, first of all, the way Cleveland's playing, it's a good thing the Indians are in the World Series, or else they'd be all over Belichick and the Browns. They've been very disappointing. But when are we going to realize that Jacksonville knows what they're doing?
Well, and they have a weapon at quarterback, as we saw in that highlight package. When you have a quarterback who can run, get outside, and especially throw the ball as well as Brunell can on the run, it presents a problem that most defenses don't know how to handle, because you have to make that decision, when am I going to attack the quarterback as opposed to staying in coverage. And then consider the fact that when you look at the linebackers for Cleveland, you find Pepper Johnson, you find Carl Banks, you find guys with a little bit of age on them, makes that run to the quarterback a little more difficult.
You know what's amazing? By the way, I'm going to send my kids to Camp Coughlin next time.
That's right.
Because obviously it works. Hey, that AFC Central, Nobody's at 500. Cleveland 3-4, Pittsburgh 3-4, the Bengals 3-4, the Jaguars 3-5. Somebody step up to the plate. Here we go inside the numbers, and you got to give the nod to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Not only does their third win tie any expansion team ever for the most wins, it's been done 5 other times, 3 in a season. Remember, they have half a year to go. Their 3 divisional wins ties the 61 Vikings. Young Sir Francis, the Dutchman, Norm Van Brocklin, with 3 divisional or conference wins. So the Jags have half a season to bust through everything. By the way, the Panthers aren't far behind. When we return, the biggest game of the day. Elvis was in the building. Would he be rocking and rolling against the Rams? Herman Moore leaps. Could the Lions leap over Washington?
Mother Boyle and son Tim demonstrate their Columbia Parkas radial sleeves and zip-out liner. The Columbia interchange system adapts to any outdoor situation.
Nokia one-touch dialing lets you call important numbers with one touch of one button.
Emergency road services.
Amazing.
Nokia cellular phone.
Scott's very good at that too. He's very good at making me get off the shot I just hit, whether it was good or bad. If I hit a bad shot and didn't like it, but it turns out okay, you know, he's going to say, great miss.
You don't raise your children, you don't scold your children in a negative frame where they always end up cowering. The same with these guys. They're not children, but you got to put it all in positive.
Sometimes will.
Positive steps and looking forward. And
all professional athletes can act like children.
Welcome back to NFL Primetime. You talk about frustration. The Detroit Lions and the Redskins have been around for a long time. But do you know that going into today's game at RFK, the Detroit Lions have lost 17 straight road games to the Redskins. The last time they beat them on the road, 1935, 60 years ago, when Washington Redskins were the Boston Redskins. Today, Detroit had a new attitude, a new game plan. They had it all set. When, with a minute to go, they looked around and remembered where they were. Here we go from RFK. Wayne Fonts. Could the Lions bust through 60 years of frustrations? Well, Terry Allen busted through off left tackle, and the Skins led at 13-6 in the second quarter. While the Redskins were running, you figured Barry Sanders, against the 28th rushing defense of the league, would have a good time, but he didn't, Tom.
Well, Terry Allen saw something that Barry Sanders seldom saw all day, and that is a hole. If you watch him get the football, he can never just take it into the line of scrimmage, hit it, and continue into the secondary. On this last play we'll watch, he gets strung out to his right. He's forced to backpedal and then go the other way. It's a great run. Problem is, it's a 5-yard loss.
Well, Sanders had 76 on the day, and Terry Allen had a buck 10. So Allen out rushing Barry Sanders. So Wayne Fonts says, again, we can't run. Let's get Scott Mitchell going. And the big left-hander points to his receiver where to go. Like up. Herman's Moore, 17-yard touchdown, a leap. We're tied at 13 at the half. Third quarter, the Lions lead 20-13. Mitchell starts to run. Mike Flores knocks it out. Tim Johnson recovers for the Skins. 4th and inches, they capitalize. Mark Logan, the ex-Niner, with a key block. Allen, the touchdown. We're all tied up at 20. Lions have kicked a field goal, 23-20 lead, fourth quarter. Gus Farrat looking for Henry Ellard. Flags are down, but look at the play Ellard makes. He makes the catch, and he's only the 6th man in NFL history to amass 700 catches. Congratulations, Henry. He caught 6 for $112 on the day. But Ron Lynn saying, defense, you got to help me here. Lions take over on their own 23. Mitchell, the Brett Perryman for 10. Next play, they're booing Darrell Green at this point. As Mitchell hits Herman Moore for 11 between defenders. The next play, 1st and 10 from the 40. Mitchell to David Sloan, the rookie, for 5. The next play, Mitchell to Brett Berman. And boy, the skills of Moore and Berman, the block by Moore, and Berman's gone. 51 yards, the Lions about to break through 6 years of frustration. They lead at 30-27. Berman 6 for $115. But with 8 seconds to go, Brian Mitchell several key plays on the drive. And Eddie Eat, Drink, and B. Murray from 39. Magic. Tied at 30. We go to overtime. Redskins win the toss. Terry Allen's going to grind it out. Picks up 18 yards on this play. Look at him, high step, low step, shoulder down. Runs into Lions territory. 3rd and 7 from the 36 for Rott. Leslie Shepard hits the official, and so therefore they punt him, but Matt Turk does a great job.
And this is what you want your special teams to do. Pin the other team down inside their 10-yard line to force them to have to make a play they don't want to make.
Great job by the punter on the very next play. Mitchell back to pass, and Darryl Green, the veteran Redskin. Interception and touchdown. What a way to end an overtime game, except if you're Wayne Fonts. North, 15-yard penalty for piling on, but he didn't mind, as the Redskins just keep the Lions' futility rolling. They beat him 17 straight overall, 18 straight at home, 36-30 in overtime in a wild, wild ball game. And you know, Tommy, you don't want to blame. I mean, it was an exciting game and everything, but it was like the San Diego game on Monday night when they did everything at Kansas City to have them beat. Then they get in that prevent defense, allowed the team to tie it in overtime and go into overtime and lose it. The prevent defense prevented a win, I think, for Detroit.
Well, I think any time you loosen up for the prevent defense, you tend to soften up yourself defensively, and that's what happened to the Detroit Lions. But I think Detroit has to get Barry Sanders going. He's one of the great backs of our time. They don't have the holes for him. They have to figure out how to get the people blocked on the other side of the line. I think as long as you have to depend on Scott Mitchell week in and week out to win the games, he hasn't seen enough situations to do that. They've got to figure out a way to get Barry Sanders going.
Although 30 points is pretty good, but their defense let them down. Detroit is at the bottom of the Norris. The Lions, with all that talent, are 2-5. Hey, you saw that overtime game. He said, have I seen that before this year? Well, we're seeing a lot of rare things. Well, we're going, we'll be back with the Raiders and Colts and the Rams and the Niners. The Niners try to knock out the Rams.
I cannot believe we're going to this game. Come on! Game starts in 20 minutes! And here we go! Oh, my. Woo! I'm coming! What is it there? He's looking good! Let's go.
Be a fan, not a fanatic. Look your best in Lee Sport official NFL apparel, licensed by the NFL, NHL, NBA, and Major League Baseball. Lee Sport, the brand for fans like you.
I got it!
Coors Light, the silver bullet. It's shipped cold to tap the clean taste of the Rockies. Tap the
Is there a defense that can stop me?
Maybe not. Maybe if they had cars, they could stop me. Maybe not. Maybe if they had trucks. Maybe not. Maybe if they had helicopters. Helicopters and jets. Maybe not.
Now, the marquee game of the day, certainly in Week 8, was the defending Super Bowl champion 49ers theoretically on the ropes. They trailed the St. Louis Rams by a game, and with the Rams at home, Elvis was entering the building with Steve Young hurt. So the Rams were licking their chops. But as they quickly found out, that even though Elvis has never caught a rabbit, he ain't no friend of theirs. Elvis Gerback in quarterback, the Trans World Dome not ready. Guess another late arrival. Meanwhile, the artificial turf with some rips in the seam. They filled it in with dirt. Steve Young was filled in by Elvis Gerbach. And Jerry Rice needs 94 yards to break James Lofton's record for the all-time receiving yards. Early on, Chris Miller is picked off by Dedrick Dodge. Ram tested tough, but this time Dodge did in the Rams, returns it to the 35. And then Gerbach, rolling right. He's caught in a trap. He can't walk out. Oh, yes, he can. He loves you too much, baby. Suspicious minds quickly gone as Taylor catches the touchdown. 35 yards. They missed the kick at 6-0 Niners. Then Miller back to pass. The Niners defense come through again. Ken Norton Jr. Look at him go into the end zone. And as the Niners lead it 14-0 after two-point conversion, it's right to the face of the left of the jaw. The Rams are going down, Tom.
He's not going to get up.
They're going down, Tom. The Rams get the ball back. Isaac Bruce, he was standing tall. Miller to Bruce, his favorite target between defenders, 53 yards. Good job by the second-year minister.
Yeah, an outstanding job of splitting Eric Davis and Timmy McDonald here and then focusing on the football. Difficult catch to make over the shoulder. He makes it look easy.
A field goal made it 14-3, but in the second quarter, Miller's screen picked off by Dana Stubblefield. Look at the big fella lumber. Look at him shake a tackle and move upfield. Nice move.
Yeah, Stubblefield, a spot shadowed here to the right of the screen. A great job of realizing the situation, coming off the rush, backing up. And again, we saw great hands by defensive linemen today.
We did. Sapp and certainly Stubblefield. Now, it's the Rams who have done the trick plays, but it's Gerbach, the lateral to Derek Lavelle. And he throws to John Taylor, but Keith Lyle called for interference. 4 plays later, you've seen this in the playbook before. Gerbach, Rice, touchdown. Jerry Rice, 150 straight games in which he's caught a pass. That's his 147th touchdown. Just 53 shy of 200. Early third quarter, Niners ball. One trick play, here's another one. Reverse to John Taylor. JT gonna throw it. Across the field to William Floyd. 21 yards. After he got the block from Sepulu, 61. The next play, Jerry Rice. Another touchdown. Look at him go. His 9th rushing touchdown. Guys, he's a receiver. Just 52 shy of 200 touchdowns. Rams get the ball back. But once again, it's Norton. Kenny Norton picks it off. And for the second time of the day, go. Oh, no, wait. 37-3. Miller down. Oh, and the Rams are down. Oh, and the camera's going to be down. Norton, it's a knockout. TKO. Meanwhile, the Rams had no turnovers in their first 4 games. Reality check. 9 turnovers in their last 3. Rams will learn from this, but what they learned was that the Niners are still the Niners. Everybody concentrates, and they realize that they have backups in, and if everybody plays their level, this is what they can do. 44-10. San Francisco all over the Rams. No time to be downing San Francisco.
I think everyone should know now the 49ers are still here. We're still the best in the league, and until someone beats us and dethrones us, they better get used to having us on top.
I said it before the game. I just couldn't say it publicly. Same Niners, same Rams. Period.
Timmy. I know the Niners have beaten the Rams 10 straight, 9 in Anaheim, and now 9 when they were in L.A. and 1 in St. Louis. But they got to play again. They got to play them again, yeah. But here's one thing we do know. The Niners, Tommy, got their wake-up call on the tarmac at Indianapolis last week.
Well, we talked this morning about the 49ers having to pick it up in other areas besides the quarterback. They got that defensively, mainly in the form of Kenny Norton Jr. They got it from the running game, Derek Lavelle and company, William Floyd, and then they got it in special teams in terms of field position. That took a lot of the pressure off of Elvis, and he only had to put up just over 120 yards or so throwing the football. That way you can look good playing quarterback.
Well, he was a hunk of burning love because it was the 4 turnovers by the Rams and none by the Niners when guys other than Younger Montana play quarterback since 81. Niners 12-4-1. They pay attention. They know what they're doing. The Rams, though, will learn. See how they bounce back in their next game. San Francisco and the Rams and the Falcons all tied for first. And the 10 straight wins by the Niners over the Rams, now the second longest streak. The longest you just saw. The Redskins have won 17 straight over the Lions. We know that one won't be broken this year. The Rams will have another crack at Candlestick later this season. When we return, late games. Vikings and Pack in a big game in the Norris. Could the Packers break through or will the Vikings dive over Green Bay again? The Chiefs and the Broncos. The weather got frightful at Mile High. Would it be another frightful game for the Chiefs? And the Colts, could they bust through against the Raiders?
This could be your arm. This could be your back. This could be your stomach. This could be your thigh. These could be your shoulders. This could be your body. This could be the way. The Soloflex Muscle Machine. Call now for a free brochure. This could be your arm. This could be your chest. These could be your shoulders. This could be your thigh. This could be your stomach. This could be your back. This could be your body. This could be the way. The Soloflex Muscle Machine. Call now for a free brochure.
What, 5B doing aerobics again?
Better, 4B's watching the Michigan game.
Get out of here. That's not on TV around here.
Yeah, it is across the street.
Thanks to ESPN ABC College Football Pay-Per-View, your ticket to the best gridiron action is just a phone call away. Catch blockbuster matchups from around the country that you can't see in your local area.
Yes!
Give me those.
No, I'm still looking. Hey, come on. This is really silly.
You're right. You know what we gotta get?
Another pair of binoculars.
Bingo.
Back on front, a critical stretch for the Green Bay Packers, Billy. 5 straight Norris Division games, and although they've always had Detroit's number, who they beat last week, Minnesota, Mike Holmgren 1-5 against Dennis Green. So this is where they needed to change their luck.
Yeah, as you're talking about, key stretch for the Packers. It's the second of 5 straight games against teams from the NFC Central. Last week, the Packers beat Detroit. Today, they play Minnesota, as we talk about. Next week, they play Detroit again, and in 2 weeks, it's a rematch with the Vikes. Now, Minnesota has gone into OT in 7 of its last 16 regular season games. Holmgren and Dennis Green once assistants together in San Francisco. First quarter, first drive. Brett Favre to Robert Brooks. Then the screen to Dorsey Levens. 20 yards. Same drive. Favre, Anthony Morgan. Another big gain. Finally, Favre hits Mark Chmura, 12 yards. And a touchdown, 7-0 Green Bay, as 4 different receivers hook up with Favre on the drive. Still in the first. Minnesota's punting. Punt hits Donald Evans in the helmet. Turnover, bounces right to Jeff Brady. And the Vikings recover. Sets up Robert Smith from 4 yards out. Ties the game, 7-7. He's, at this point, not so fresh. First points the Packers allowed in the first quarter all season. Second quarter, Favre hits Charles Jordan, 5 yards and a touchdown, 14-7 Green Bay. Still second, Vikes driving. Robert Smith breaks off tackle. He's had a great year, and on this play, he would pick up 28 yards. Same drive. Moon, 2 yards out, Jake Reed, and a touchdown as Moon stays up and hits Reed, 14 up, Tommy.
Well, Jake Reed and Chris Carter, as strong a duo as we have in this league. Here you see him doing battle with Craig Newsome, the corner, just fights him off, finally throws him off to the back of the end zone, comes back to the football for a touchdown.
14 all at the half. Second half, Smith out with an ankle sprain. Warren Moon having problems, misses Jake Reed. Next play, misses Andre Cooper. After 1-2 comes 3. Misses Amp Lee on 3 consecutive plays. Moon throws an incomplete pass. Meanwhile, Favre, look at this effort from Mark Chmura. Oh, what a grab. Then, Favre. 4 tied at 14. Dorsey, Levens, touchdown, 21-14, Green Bay. Tommy, what do you have?
Well, this is a case of safety. Orlando Thomas getting fooled by the misdirection. And this is a play famous in the 49er book, now in the Green Bay package. You see him go for the misdirection. Once you get out of position to deliver the ball quickly as Favre did.
Fourth quarter now. Moon, sacked by Reggie White. Sean Jones, touchdown, Green Bay. It's the 4th straight game Minnesota has committed 3 or more turnovers, and a Pack goes on to win by the final score of 38-21. 4 touchdown passes for Favre. That ties their career high. Favre has 39 touchdown passes in his last 15 regular season games. Chmura, 5 receptions, 101 yards, and 1 touchdown. Chargers and the Seahawks. Joe Nash. That's a new Seahawks record. 201st game played, breaks the record set by Steve Largent. Got a football. First quarter, no score. Dan Humphries back in the mix. Back in the lineup, back at quarterback. Joe Nash. Pressure. Humphries, bad pass, picked off by Carlton Gray. San Diego, their 12th turnover in the last 4 games. That leads to Rick Meyer. Back to pass. Brian Blades, wide open, 41 yards, and a touchdown, 7-0 Seattle. First quarter, still 7-0 Seattle, 4th and 2 for San Diego. This is a developing situation. Terrell Fletcher on a fake punt, look at that. Number 41, 46 yards. Joey Galloway, I'm not used to tackling, but I better make the play. All the way down to the 13. That sets up Humphreys to Ronnie Harmon, touchdown. Point after block, 7-6 Seattle. Second quarter, that's the same score, 7-6 Seattle. Humphreys back to work. And Tony Martin, 37 yards, all the way down to the 3, Tommy.
Well, Carlton Gray is the corner. You have to do two things on double coverage, either get a bump or force the receiver inside. Gray does neither here, and he's never going to win that foot race to the end zone.
So that leads to Humphreys, Mark Say, hey, touchdown, 12-7 Chargers. 2-point conversion now. Humphreys going to hit Harmon for what appears to be a good conversion, but the refs rule Harmon didn't have possession. Mark Bright says, pass. Bobby Ross says it was a complete pass. Don't read the lips. Don't read those lips. We're PG here on Primetime. Still 12-7 Chargers. PJ, now some special teams stuff.
Well, another good special teams play right there. Number 83, Andre Coleman, knocks the ball back to his teammate to pin the Hawks on the 1-yard line.
Watch what happens. Meyer fumbles. Sean Gale recovers. Touchdown, San Diego. So a key play. 2-point attempt failed. 18-7 Chargers. Then Means gets going, Tom.
Yeah, people talk about his ability to only run inside. Means is a terror, whether it's inside or outside. And if he sees you, you got a pretty nice stiff arm.
So it's Means, 7 yards out on this play, and the Chargers go up 25-10. More Humphreys now. Play last week, but looked pretty good in this one. Harmon, touchdown, 23 yards. Second touchdown of the game for Harmon, and San Diego goes on to win 35-25 as the Chargers snap a 3-game losing skid. Chargers have won 8 out of 9 in the series. In the loss, Chris Warren picks up 113 yards. First time the Chargers have allowed a 100-yard rusher in 38 games. That includes playoffs. But San Diego completes its season sweep of the Seahawks. They beat the Seahawks back in week 2.
Yeah, once again, Tony Martin playing a big role. Now, those teams in the AFC West, Billy, looking up at the Raiders and the Chiefs. And the Raiders were at home against the Indianapolis Colts. Now, in the 70s, George Blanda rewrote everything. Played way into his 40s. Even played through a few passes at the age of 48 years old. It worked in the 70s for the Raiders. He came on in relief so many times. Would it work in 1995? The Raiders dusted off another 40-year-old, Vince Evans, in relief of Jeff Hostetler. Could he do as Blanda once did? Here we go. In this game, teams coming in with the opposite emotions. Colts sky high. They just beat the Niners. Jeff Hostetler on the sidelines talking with Vince Evans. And what happens? After a Colts field goal, Napoleon Kaufman. No Napoleon complex here. Gets the hand out of the bench, and look at him go. He could go. Oh, no. Wait, what a draft pick by the Raiders. 82 yards, Tom, and the Raiders in business 7-3.
Yeah, and unless the return man gets a clean lane to the end zone, the key moment in any return is when do you make the decision to cut back. Right here you see the wall of blockers by the Raiders. Kaufman has the speed and quickness to find the cutback lane, and once he gets out front, he's gone.
So the Raiders now 7-3, and Jim Harbaugh nailed by Anthony Smith and Chester McLaughlin. One of 6 sacks today for the Raiders. Harbaugh had to limp off for a while. Erickson played for a couple of plays. First play back, though, Harbaugh, boy, he's tough. Gets right back in with those high tops, throws it high and deep to Sean Dawkins. Beats the coverage for 52 yards. 2 plays later, the Marshall plan on second down, touchdown, 10-7, the Colts. And Halloween around the corner, and everybody in Oakland dressed accordingly. 10-10 game in the second half, Vince Evans. He still has a marvelous arm. I just love to watch him throw. So does Timmy Brown at 21 yards. 3 plays later, 46 yards, skyrocket to the Rocket. He had to kind of slow down under it, but it's a touchdown, 17-10, Raiders. Ed Marchibroda trying to bring the Colts back to their glory years of the mid-70s when they won the AFC 3 straight times. He gives it to Roosevelt, pop, up the middle, draw, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, 35 yards for the big fella. That sets up Marshall Faulk. Around left end, gets a block, does the rest, tiptoeing through the tulips for a touchdown, but the Colts trail at 20-17. Raiders strike back first play after the kickoff. Vince Evans going to Rocket again. He leaps and stays on his feet and makes a beautiful cut. And look at him go. He could go all the way. 73 yards, 27-17. raining.
Yeah, Eugene Daniels trying to keep up with the Rocket, has to overrun the football. Rocket, a great job of coming back, getting the football, sidestepping Jason Belzer into the end zone.
And what a day for Vince Evans, the Hosses. You know, 40 years young. I hope I can play like that when I'm 40. Vince, 335 yards passing, 23 of 35. The Rocket just caught 3 for $125. Jeff Mick Jagger had 3 field goals. They start him up. The Raiders, still the last time they've lost at Oakland, 1981. They beat the Colts 30-17. Chiefs and Broncos. Chiefs went into the day with the best record in the conference at 6-1. Oh, the weather outside was frightful. It's not Christmas yet, but in Denver and the Rockies in the middle of October, you can get this. The ball squirts out of John Elway's hands. Then John, who's used to throwing in this, another dying quail. And then Steve Bono, doesn't have you, babe, overthrows Keith Cash. Then Bono overthrows Leroy Thompson. Steve Bono starting out 0-7. So Denver says, hey, we play in this stuff. The fake handoff to Davis. Shannon Sharp. Touchdown, 10 yards from Elway. 7-0. Shannon fired up. But KC, Marty Schottenheimer, was 0-7 in this building as a coach until last year. They won with Montana's Miracle. Marcus Allen. Could he get in? No. Marcus Allen. No, it's a fake to Marcus. Bono. Boy, Steve Bono with a nose for the end zone this year like we've never seen. They say his love won't pay the rent. But it's tied at 7-7. Tommy, what about Elway?
Well, John Elway had a hard time gripping the football all day. Right there, you saw he wasn't hit. He fumbled the ball off his knee.
Kansas City takes advantage after the fumble. Bono to Lake Dawson. Great catch in the end zone. The Chiefs 14-7 at the half. In the second half, the weather got worse. Marty said, let it snow. We got the lead. We also got Marcus Allen. Marcus, 10 yards down to the 30. Then Bono fakes to Marcus. When you run well, you can do. Look at Bono on the reverse. The naked reverse, and then shake out of bounds inside the 10. KC at the 1. Little history here in the snow. The 100th rushing touchdown for Marcus Allen, joining only 3 others in that club. Walter Payton, 110. Jim Brown, 106. John Riggins, 104. Marcus, 100. Fourth quarter, Denver trying to go through the snow. Elway steps up, rolls right. Can't see the yard markers, but Francis Johnson sees the ball. First crafty play by Elway. Then fourth down. Elway to Johnson again. But Dale Carter picks it off, had the sure hands, had 2 picks today, Tommy. What do you have?
Well, you watch Dale Carter on Vance Johnson. You're going to see the push right there. He's going to get another light push right there, well beyond the 5-yard zone. But when it's snowing like this, you tend to get defensively the extra pushes. The refs won't call it.
Denver has the ball down by 14 under 2 minutes to go. Aaron Craver short of the first down. The Chiefs, first back-to-back wins in Denver since 1971 and 1972. With Hank Stram, Len Dawson, Tom Jackson was in college. It was a long time ago. And the Chiefs are 7-1. The Raiders are 6-2. Denver and the Chargers 4-4. Guys, you got a heck of division. Take a week off. Everybody except the Seabags. Take a break. We'll take a break, too. We'll be back with Game Ball. We got plenty to show you yet. We've got plenty of awards. Stay with us.
Go ahead. Scream. Get it off your chest.
Oh, kick, go! Oh, shut up!
Call now and get into the hysterical, in-your-ear spirit of Turf Talk. Plus, you also get this SI Luminescent Sports Watch. Both free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated.
What is Turf Talk anyway?
Turf Talk is the video that never shuts up. The NFL's 100 greatest sound bites of all time.
Oh, excuse me, buddy. You okay?
Get Turf Talk and this SI Luminescent Sports Watch with genuine leather band, scratch-resistant crystal, and glow-in-the-dark face. It's yours free when you order 54 issues of SI for only $1.47 an issue. Save over 50% off the cover price. Use your credit card.
Hey, Dave! Hey, Billy!
Call for yourself or someone else.
Beckman! Douglas!
And get Turf Talk and this great sports watch both free from SI. There is nothing in the world like Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
Heading to Memphis, Route 64. Drove all night, but real sore. Call your old lady and give her the news. You just got the mother of all tattoos. Call 1-800-COLLECT from any phone. My brother, I can't believe. Spent all your dough on weekend leave. Got a call home, but you ain't got no cash. You gonna eat that corned beef hash? Call 1-800-COLLECT, save them some bucks.
Hey, this feels nice.
Who's pulling on my shirt?
It's me, Johnson, fool. Is this Russell Athletic?
Sure, feel that cover stitching.
Must be that new blend fabric. Yeah, it's tough, strong.
And no little fuzzball. By the way, anybody got the ball?
I think I got it.
That's not the ball.
Oh, sorry.
Looking for really tough athletic wear? Get Russell Athletic. Get tough.
We have athletes hanging out at Sports Center all the time. The one thing they have in common, though, they all want their highlights on. They all want the publicity. They all want their name spelled right. But some of them tend to take it a little too far.
No, really, Carl. I want you to have the car. It's not enough room. You have the car.
Hey, is this your Rolex right here? Come on, man, you can take it. I mean, look much better than what you got on now. Come on, Mike.
Cherokee, I have a watch.
It's really nice.
Cherokee, I have a watch.
Just take it, man. I mean, come on, Mike.
I can't do this.
Wait,
I can't do that.
I got you, Mike. Look. Mike, come here.
Primetime Players is brought to you by 1-800-COLLECT, the way everyone can save on collect calls. It's easy. Just dial 1-800-COLLECT from any phone and save.
All right, it's time for game balls, and I got to give it to Hugh Douglas. The youngster of the Jets had a sack. The rookie has 7 now on the season, had 4 tackles, had a big pressure of Kosar when he threw the ball away, was intercepted for the last time. Hugh Douglas of the Jets.
My primetime player, Chicago defensive end John Theory, the second-year man from Alcorn State, recovers 3 fumbles all in the first half, and Chicago beats Houston 35-32. He went for the ball, so he gets a game ball. Tommy.
My primetime player, Ken Norton Jr., he of the 3 Super Bowl rings, had 2 INTs today for 2 touchdowns and 9 tackles. We'll be back.
It's their turf. It's their world. It's their game. And when we don't play by their rules, the results can be deadly. From the creator of the award-winning television series Wild America comes a home video unlike anything you've ever seen. These are nature's dangerous encounters, captured in one of the most astonishing wildlife films ever made, and available now for the first time as a special 1-hour home video. Call this toll-free number now to get Dangerous Encounters for just $19.95. It is not available in stores. Order now, and you'll also receive Watching Wildlife absolutely free. That's right. Both of these extraordinary programs are yours for just $19.95. Call now.
For rush delivery, get your credit card ready and call 1-800-618-6565. That's 1-800-618-6565. Or send your check or money order to the address on your screen. Call now.
Hey, Deacon, you feel something?
Nothing at all.
Okay, Elwood, let's go and get a sandwich.
All right, I'll tell you who was tough on Week 8 of the National Football League. Here we go, the rushers, 100-yard rushers. Marcus Allen, 100 touchdowns rushing on his career. He leads the honor roll. Blaney Pomeroy, 120 for the Dolphins. Chris Warren for the Seahawks had a $112. Terry Allen in the overtime win for the Skins. Rashawn Salam, the youngster, 100-yard day for the Bears. As for 100 to 300-yard pass, Eric Kramer on the honor roll again, now with 16 touchdowns. Vince Evans, you got to love Vince Evans. And Scott Mitchell also hit the 300 list. And one other note about Vince Evans. The last time the Raiders lost the game in Oakland was 1981. Vince Evans was quarterback for the Chicago Bears that day. So here we go. All these years later, 14 years later, and Evans has a 300-yard day. We hope you enjoyed it. It was a great day.